Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight I have what can only be described as the perfect example of why new players should not buy top tier ships. And I know that this sounds kind of controversial. Wargaming probably won't like me saying this, but if you're a new player, try to avoid buying high tier ships. Because all it's going to lead to is you not knowing what you're doing and getting your butt kicked game in and game out, which can't be fun. So do yourself a favor, learn how to play the game, and then try to buy, the higher tier ships later on. But I'm telling you, if you jump into the game and the first thing you do is buy a premium high tier ship and then think that you're going to go out here and have fun, if you don't know the basics of how to play, you're going to get absolutely raffle stomped. It don't matter if you're in a Musashi, doesn't matter if you're in a Yamato, doesn't matter if you're in, the Shimakaze. Like, you've got to learn the basics of the games first. Now, we're in an interesting match. I don't know if you noticed this or not, but pretty much everything in this lobby is a battleship except me. There's one cruiser on the enemy team, and there's me on the friendly team. And what you're about to witness is the most ridiculous raffle stomp in quite a while. The amount of Musashis that the enemy has, the amount of raffle stomp that's about to go on, is quite hilarious. And the Plymouth, you guys have heard from pretty much everybody at this point, the Plymouth is really good. Like, it's a solid ship. I don't think it's broken. I don't think it's broken OP, but in the right hands, this ship is really, really strong. Now, we actually get hit here because they shot at the battleship, which is unfortunate, because we lost a good chunk of our health. But, yeah, we got fortunate not to get, punched even harder. But I don't want to fire my guns right away. Why? Because that's a Musashi looking at me. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but, these British cruisers, they tend to get smashed if you go broadside in them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the islands as cover. I'm going to spot for my team. I'm basically going to be an overgrown destroyer in this match. I'm going to try to spot for the team. I'm going to try to work for a crossfire. Because this thing as a crossfire is disgusting. Much like the Edinburgh, much like the Mino, if you get into a position where you can get broadsides of battleships, oh my god. The amount of damage that you can inflict in such a short amount of time is pathetically bad. Like, you just straight up wreck pretty much everything. Now here you can see we're getting some shots over the island. Our teammates are actually able to spot them as well, because battleships and battleships, they're going to keep shooting one another. First shot doesn't do so well. 7 ricochets, 2 shatters. Unfortunate. But as we start to get here, you can see I'm going to drop some torpedoes in the water. We get 4 per side. You can see I thought I was in the Mino for a second. I tried to launch all 8. But we get to a position. Look at this angle that we have now. Watch the damage we're about to do to this man. Seriously. Just watch. Now, we're aiming a little high. We need to get those shells down a little bit. And this comes down to my inexperience with the ship. Because I'm expecting, the battleship to not just sail in a straight line, but as soon as we start getting those shells into the right position, he just gets chunked. Just look at the damage. It's easy 5k damage every salvo plus. Just chunking the crap out of him. Every few seconds. And down he goes. And, of course, the Frederick Gross's fire steals that kill. But it's alright. We're going to move up. And the other Musashi has put himself in a position where he can be countered. We got a Mogami across the map. I'm going to try to focus him if we can while we've got a shot. And I'm going to move up to try to grab the cap as well as try to grab the broadside of the other Musashi. And that's when I see a second Musashi out here. And so we're going to go ahead and hit the old brakes and hit the smoke and pray to God this guy is a doofus who can't shoot me. Because if he does, I'm probably dead right here. Notice how I do this this turn and stop. The reason I do that is because the British ships have propulsion mod built right into them. That's why you can't have propulsion mod on them. But because they have the propulsion mod built in, you don't stop very well. You tend to just keep going. We drop our torpedoes out on the Musashi again, and then we start firing the guns. Now, the reason I turn out and try to drop smoke rather than try to stop is they don't stop very well. And a lot of times, you'll see Minos get dev struck because they try to drop a smoke screen and stop. And you're spotted out ahead of the smoke screen. Now, that Musashi gets absolutely yeeted, as he should. I mean, you full broadside in front of half an enemy team of battleships. You deserve what you get. Now, here, we're going to go ahead and start shooting over the island, and this guy is just going to straight up run away from us. He wants no part of this little DPM cannon. Watch this. Just yeet, 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 yeet. Just little fucking woodpecker pecking away at the side of your ship. Just taking every little chunk off of you, and it just feels like you're losing more health than you are, and so people just don't want a piece of it. So he'd rather take on every battleship on the team and lose even more of his health than to worry about the little cruiser that's ticking away at his broadside. Now, they've already lost their Mogami. I'm pushing in. I've got all my health, pretty much, and we didn't end up capturing the base, unfortunately, but the friendlies did. So we're going to try to move into a position where we can potentially help with the guys across the map. Sorry, I had to yawn. I'm recording this at 4:30 this morning, so I do apologize. But yeah, we're going to try to push around this side and see if we can't help with the battleships that are coming through the Alpha Cap. Our team has pretty much raffle stomped them at this point. We haven't lost a single ship, and I don't even think we've lost any like significant hit points on any of our ships, to be honest. I think we've pretty much just annihilated everything in our path. Now, there's a Republic over there, and so we're going to see if we can't sneak in some shells on him. At this sort of distance, I wasn't expecting much, but honestly, we're about to... Hello, auto-aim. There we go. We're about to start trying to... Oh my god, he just pulled out broadside in front of those two battleships that are right next to him and paid the price. And then we bring in some shells, and watch the damage we're about to get on this. Jesus. 6 full penetrations through the deck armor and superstructure of that Republic. And then another 6 full penetrations, and... yeah, you can see where this is going. And another kill for somebody else. We managed to get everybody down low and then not be able to finish them off. But that's nothing new on the channel. Now, Musashi's pushing up again. And you can see we're already sending shells downrange for him. And at these ranges, we're getting that plunging fire that you love. And we're trying to walk it into the superstructure. He's actually coming towards us more, so we're overshooting. But you can see I'm starting to adjust the aim a little bit here. And once we do, his health just starts getting ripped apart. Just instantly just shredded. I mean, our battleships are doing a pretty good job of that too, but once I get the freaking thing to hit where I kind of want to, he loses a lot of health very quickly. You can see every single time we hit him. Well, those went into the guns. But normally, if I get the shells to go where I want them, you can see that it does pretty well. And once again, we get him down to low health, and then the other guys finish him off. And then there's a Musashi all the way in the back. Again, like, we haven't lost anybody. The entire friendly team has just raffle stomped these guys. Why? Because these guys have literally just went broadside to everybody. None of them have actually tried to play smart. None of them have tried to stay bow in or anything. And because everybody's in Musashis, like, it really doesn't take that long. I mean, you can't bow into people that overmatch you forever. Especially in these games like this. You've got to learn to maneuver your ship. You've got to angle properly. Try to bait people into shooting your belt rather than shooting your bow. Like, there's a lot of things. And finally, they get their first kill. The Musashi kills our Musashi. That's their first kill of the game. But honestly, at this point, it's too late. And you can see plunging fire's no joke. Even on a Musashi, we're scoring 5,000 damage every few seconds. We can't even see him. We're using auto-aim. And then the Musashi punches through the bow again and finishes him off. So, I just wanted to show this. I know it's not a great game from my perspective, but it was just so crazy to see so many big ships like the Musashis and the Republic and everybody just completely YOLO out and die in seconds from their first engagements. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So, if you're a new player, do yourself a favor. Learn how to play before you go buy these big tier ships, because otherwise, you're just going to be like cannon fodder out there. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I would see you in the next video.